If all three pass as they are today, Canadians are going to find themselves in a much more censored and surveilled internet.
Canada's parliamentarians are planning to reshape the internet as we know it with a series of bills aimed at preventing cyber attacks and curbing online harms. But if the bills pass with no changes, Canadians could see limitations to what they can see or post online.
There's a really important vulnerability that committee passed, which is that currently Canada's intelligence agencies would be allowed to put equipment into telecom infrastructure that could fundamentally break our privacy and break encryption.
That's from Bill C-26, legislation meant to protect critical infrastructure against cyber attacks. Matt Hatfield of Open Media says he hopes the Senate might close that gap before it becomes law. But there's also C-63, the Online Harms Act. C-63 is supposed to protect against online harms like child abuse, incitement to violence, or revenge porn. But it also includes strict measures against hate speech. Some advocates have pushed for the hate speech section to be separated into its own bill, and Open Media says the system it sets up is open for abuse.
Our concern is more some of the mechanisms set up, I think, will really incentivize some bad faith cases and people sort of abusing that system to harass each other rather than actually pursuing clear-cut instances of hate speech. There's some specific choices that I think are meant to defend victims that really could be very badly abused.
Then there's S-210, the Senate bill aimed at curbing access to adult content, which has been criticized by tech experts for overestimating the ability of internet providers and technology to verify age.
The senator who introduced that piece of legislation, S-210, said that it only applies to pornography sites, except that's not what the legislation says. It says any organization that provides access to the internet or access to email. So everybody who walks into a cafe that has Wi-Fi conceivably will have to provide their full information. It is very, very all-encompassing. The ramifications, the hopefully unintended consequences really will undermine our privacy, our ability to speak freely, because we will be under constant surveillance.
None of the bills can pass while Parliament is on summer break, but Hatfield and Polsky both say with MPs in their ridings for the season, it's a key time to tell them if Canadians actually want these restrictions or not. In Ottawa, Xiaoli Li, City News.